welcome back, boys and girls. Welcome back kind of sounds strange right now because normally we would say that and we would be seeing each other very shortly, but kind of takes on a different meaning when we're doing e-learning. But it has been a week since we've really communicated through e-learning or through morning announcements, and I hope that you were able to enjoy spring break. Now, I know it may not go as you had planned, and in life, a lot of things don't always go as we have them planned. That's why I encourage everyone, and this goes for parents and students, adults, all of us can learn from this, is to kind of go with the flow and be flexible sometimes, to not always get kind of set in one way and think it can only go this way. Because if we can be flexible a little bit, then it can allow us to see the better side of things to make something good out of what seems negative. So maybe you didn't take that trip that you had planned, and you were really looking forward to it. I know my family had a trip planned as well, and we didn't get to take that. But I did enjoy spring break. I did enjoy spending some time resting and getting some sleep that I needed. And I also enjoyed being able to spend time with my family and play games and read books and watch movies together at night. And so hopefully you got to enjoy some fun things over your spring break, just some downtime, a little bit of time to relax. So we have many blessings, many things to be grateful for in this country. So if you would, at this time, if you'll stand for the pledge and bring about our special guest.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Kara, for leading us in the pledge this morning. Please don't forget, parents, if your child would like to say the pledge, I encourage you to video them and send that in to us. I've got about 6 or 7 that were sent to me before the break that I will try to work into the morning announcements this week. So stay tuned, be looking for those. But after those 6 or 7, I'm going to need some more or to be back to me. So please continue to send those in. This week in our Positivity Project, we're going to be talking about kind of that reoccurring theme all year long of other people matter, but we're going to focus on it, looking at it this week by identifying and appreciating the good in others. So, why is this important to identify and appreciate the good in other people? Well, identifying and appreciating the good in other people helps you see the world through a more positive lens. And we talk about that all the time, being positive, looking at things in a positive way. If you're constantly seeing the negative traits of people, you're going to think the world is just made up of a bunch of bad people. And you're going to operate and go about your day kind of looking at it and kind of having this defensive mode, like everybody's bad and everybody's evil. And there is a lot of bad and a lot of evil in the world today, and there's a lot of folks who are bad and evil. I'm not trying to say that there's not, but we don't want to be naive and pretend that everything's perfect, but we just want to strive to understand people's intent. So maybe your brother or your sister, or maybe your child at school when we were in school said something to you that hurt your feelings, something that was negative, or maybe they did something to you and you really kind of saw them as a bad person. But we seek to try to look at the intent of why did they say that or why did they do that? Because sometimes when we do that, we look into it, we know that they really didn't mean to hurt our feelings, or they didn't mean for it to be that way or come out that way, or they didn't really intend to harm us. And so we sometimes just look at things as they're out to get us and they really were trying to be mean when that might not have been their intent at all. So we want to try to find the good in all folks. What would the world be like if we all looked for the good in others rather than pointing out every flaw or negative thing? Remember that no one is perfect. So let's spend more time this week finding and appreciating the good in others. And you can start with maybe that sibling, that brother or sister that you have that just gets on your nerves all the time, does some things, and especially during quarantine when you're with them for a very long time. What good can you find in them? So maybe you can find that out and point that out to them. I'm sure they would love to hear that from you. Before we close the announcements this morning, I want to wish a very happy birthday to several students. First of all, happy birthday to Jessie Grace Anderson, Lindley Gilstrap, and Antonio Sullivan. So I hope all three of you have a very wonderful birthday, even under quarantine. That's all for today's announcements. Let's get this week started on a positive note. As we talked about, wake up, get your attitude of gratitude on, and let's get to e-learning. So after the announcements, I kind of got a recap video of all of our Spirit Week photos. So if you missed it and didn't get a chance to see those individually the week before spring break, check those out, and we'll talk with you tomorrow.